Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyal, and I have the pleasure of welcoming Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh for this weekly session. Namaste, Dr. Shah. Welcome.
Namaskar, namaskar.
So we have a lot of exciting events that unfolded last week. Some are, of course, full of joy and some sad also, but we'll begin with the positive side in life. And you yourself participated in several Diwali events, including Unity March. Let's talk about Unity March. How was it and how?
I think that was a great idea, a great concept to salute on the birthday of Sardar Patel, who made India one and who united all diversified state and Rajwadas and the kingdom together and make the one country. So I think the Unity Yatra itself, the world unity, has to celebrate that in that concept or sense. It's a great tribute to the Sardar Patel. And unity is very important. Being an immigrant society, we have learned in the early 70s what happened in Uganda because our people were not united there. And Idi Amin threw them out, even though they were economically doing very well there. So the same thing, I always believe that for yourself, for first generation and second generation of any immigrant community, it's very important that they should remain united in diversity. In a sense, even though we are a different religion, different languages, different north, south, east, west, still we have to stay united and work together because that's the only way we can claim a piece of American pie in this country as an immigrant. Number one. Number two, because of the united, if you stay united, then you can always protect the interest of the community. Just like what happened, will not happen here, what happened in Uganda or any other country where the immigrants are kicked out because of they were not in one voice. And third thing, because if you are united, then you can do a lot of good thing for the initiative, for the community, as well as you can do good thing and you can promote even US-India relations and help the motherland too. So there are three important outcome of why one should get remain united.
So no question that unity is important, unity is strength. Now, if I may request, based on your experience as an immigrant, as a community leader, as a philanthropist, having served the community here for several years, what are the main reasons that prevents us from being united?
Because see, it's a human, in a way, it's a human nature that everybody always gravitate towards their common language, common religion, common caste, and that's the one reason why we are not, it's difficult to get united. The other, most of the common, I mean, of course, community leaders understand, but most of the common people don't understand what's important of being united, because they all are individual unit as a family. If my family is doing well, why should I care for community or India or country, you know? That's common thinking of the majority of the people. But it's a role of the leaders to bring them together and make them to understand why we should get united. And always history is a good lesson. And if you look at the history or study the history, history tells you that when you are not united, you always lose the whole thing. Same thing to happen to Japanese people when after Second World War. Mm-hmm. So it can happen to anyone. So I think why they are not united, because we are always, our thinking is very narrow. Only we think about few friends or our language group or our caste group or our community group, and that doesn't work.
So what works is thinking in a way which keeps everyone's interest together. And from that point of view, I'm reminded of the words of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who said, I don't think small, I think big. And that thinking is also visible in the form of Statue of Unity, Loh Purush Sardar Patel's statue.
Right.
And I don't know whether you have had the chance to be in that place where that tall statue is towering and
No,
inspiring.
I never been there, but I'm sure I can envision that it's very impressive, very gorgeous, and out of this world. And I think we all should, particularly we are doing as a Parikh Worldwide Media, we are trying to promote that unity of statue so more people can visit. Right now, unfortunately, because of the COVID or whatever reason, the number of visitors to that kind of place is much less as compared to it should be. It should be as much as visited as a Taj Mahal when somebody comes to the India. Or even Indian people should visit that. It doesn't have to be outsiders because that gives a lot of lesson to them, you know.
I think that is gradually happening, and some, of course, beyond control. This COVID prevented people from moving, but now things are back to normal. And you talked about the importance of increasing awareness and unity, and in that context, I'm reminded of the way social media is also influencing our thinking, the kind of group that we will align with. This artificial intelligence also plays its role. So now, with the change of the Twitter management under Elon Musk, how do you foresee the potential impact which it is likely to make on the political discourse, and will there be a balance? And also, in your view, the firing of the key Twitter people who were interestingly were Indian Americans, or they were from Indian origin. So overall, Twitter.
Well, I think taking over Twitter by Elon Musk, who is proven to be a great entrepreneur, and probably what I hope that it will be good for a company called Twitter, quote unquote, because his plan is to make it as a very one app, means one-stop app of that Twitter. And so even this morning I was listening to even CEO of the Uber. They are afraid because if Musk makes it Twitter as one app, then it can affect then you can even call Uber or Lyft through Twitter. So there is a lot of potential. So I think let's hope for the best under the leadership of the Elon Musk. And I don't think usually this is very common practice when there is a change of hand. Usually the buyer or newcomer usually like to have their own people in the top position, and so it has nothing to do with, say, Indian American or not Indian American. I think we are looking everything, and that is the wrong thing to do. Everything, and we should not look through the prism of the Indian American or because this and that. I think that does not give us the good growth in the life, you know.
Yeah, actually, that said, it's a fact. I mean, so you, even though you don't look at it as Indian American only, but it's a fact that you need to sort of recognize that.
Right. No, I mean, no.
But
they were terminated because they had a very bitter negotiation, and those main negotiators were these three people.
I see.
So what do you expect them? So I think it's a normal business transaction.
Right. So going towards India and going towards Gujarat and looking at what has happened at Morvi, we always, in retrospect, start thinking that, oh, it shouldn't have happened like that. But some 135 plus innocent lives lost because of the bridge Morvi breaking down. Your overall understanding of what went wrong?
I think it was a horrific event. Our heart goes out to those families who lost their loved ones, And I think overall my impression that I think that repair of that 100 years old bridge was not given to, what I understand from the news, both main media as well as peripheral media, that it was not given to the qualified person to repair that. And even though it was, and then he gave management to third party, and third party was interested only to pack up the or sell more tickets in any given day, and that is all kind of wrong, and nobody follow the rules. So always in this kind of thing, and what I understand that even before they opened, there was no inspection done. Even township of Morbi, they are saying that they did not know that they opened the bridge. I mean, that is hard to believe in a small town like Morbi, but that's what they are claiming now. Means they are not taking any accountability. So I think somebody has to, it should be get investigated honestly, and somebody has to pay the price for this. And not only that, but that's only way you can teach other vendors or builders or anybody to work honestly and not to and make sure that people's life is more important than money.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, the company which was given the responsibility for repair, probably there was not enough check whether they are in a position to do it in a right way. Plus, they were not even aware about the procedure before opening. They needed to get permission from municipal authorities that they did.
I think it's hard to believe because they got a multi-crore rupees contract. So when you get that kind of contract, how can you say that we didn't know that we had to take inspection and permission? So that doesn't make, logically doesn't make any sense. So somebody has to, and they have to, I mean, we are not saying that you should punish right away, but they should be arrested and inquiry has to be done. And if they are not guilty, that's fine. But if they are guilty, just like in Delhi, one building collapse, big high-rise residential building collapse. That time the builder went to jail, and so then you can kind of show people that we are serious about law and order, and life of the person is more important than money or any relations or connections.
Absolutely. But in this case, we have again seen that it is the greed that is playing, and greed at multiple levels. Even those people who are letting people enter the bridge by charging extra, plus the unruly behavior of people who are on the bridge, the way they were jumping. You must have seen those videos.
Yeah, but that you can't stop.
It cannot stop. But when we are talking about overall what may have resulted. And another thing, it might be a conspiracy theory or I don't know what it is, but there are some tweets that are being circulated where these Aam Aadmi Party people had some meeting at Morbi one day before the bridge collapse, and some leaders seems to have tweeted that tomorrow there is going to be something which is going to hit BJP hard. Whether they are alluding to this, I am sure not, but it kind of leads to those kind of conjecture.
I think those might be conspiracy theory. We don't know what's the truth behind it, So I would not pay much attention to those kind of stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's look at the big picture in terms of the presence of Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat. Based on what you are hearing from people, the way people are responding to Arvind Kejriwal's call for offering a lot of free stuff, including electricity, etc. So, in general, parallel to this, you are also aware that in Delhi, important ministers from Aam Aadmi Party are in jail. So, overall, what chances you see for Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat?
No, I think in Gujarat, BJP will win. I mean, there is no doubt about it, because BJP has very strong on-ground infrastructure. BJP has, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was Chief Minister, he has done such a great work through the different projects, and still he's doing it through the different projects. So I think BJP will win at the end of the day, and but Aam Aadmi Party is making noise, and let's see how much that noise converts into the voters or vote. We don't know. It's an election, democracy, so we have no idea.
Absolutely.
But I think if I had to bet $1, then I would bet on BJP.
I'll bet with you then. but your concluding remarks from today's session.
So, dear friends, it's what happened in Morbi by collapsing of that Zulta bridge. It's very horrific and it's very shocking, and our heart goes to those families who lost their loved one. And we must find out through good investigation that who are those accountable, and accountable has to those are accountable should punish if they are guilty, and from this we can learn a lot of other lessons, so this kind of thing does not happen in the future. So by saying that, I would like to say God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and Jai Hind and goodbye.